guys, welcome back to episode 3 of How Are You Doing? My name is Sonia and this is
The Chris.
So from our first episode, we got a lot of messages from the anonymous link we dropped, and we would like to discuss some of these topics today. I mean, some of them are overwhelming. I know some parts may actually be crazy from my wonderful SIA people, but there are topics that, aside from them raising it could actually be a general problem a lot of people are facing from the outside world, and we would like to talk about them today. So the first thing I actually like us to talk about is about the person that was asking a question of how do you heal from years of trauma.
Okay.
I mean, trauma is a real problem. It's a real problem. Let's not take it like a lot of people go through it. Even those that does not give it a name, this is what I'm going through, because they might not even know that this is a real situation, a real problem on its own. So I'll ask, how will you advise somebody that has been through trauma for years to start up this journey of healing? Where are they going to start from?
Okay, thank you for the question. Funny enough, I get to ask people that before you allow something happen to you, then it's you. It all started from you. Those things around, situations around, circumstances and the rest pushed you into the whole stuff. I really understand. I understand. But there is one thing that is very, very much important to do. Yes, you have found yourself there. It was never your choice. Though you found yourself there, you never wanted to be there, you still don't want to be there. Like we earlier said, healing starts from you.
True.
Healing starts from you. So you first of all ask yourself, are you ready? Do you like the position you are? Do you actually like the situation you are going through? Do you like the fact that you are down? Do you like the fact that it's like you are vulnerable to every situation and everything that happens around you, everybody around you gets to you? Do you like it? So for me, you start with yourself. You start to ask yourself basic questions about life, about yourself. Then, I can also say you have to choose the people around you.
Okay, yeah. So for me, right, that question is a very deep one, because having to go through years of trauma is not something. It's just like a child that haven't worked for maybe 3 years, 4 years, and all of a sudden you expect the child to just get up and start working. I mean, the person might not even work well. That's to start with. But with proper trainings on that, it's possible for the person to actually work, but it might take time. So my answer to that question actually is going to be that years of trauma has become part of somebody. So the same way, there is something we talked about last time. We talked about unlearning something. Yes, you can actually unlearn what you've learned. So which means if you've been going through this trauma, it's actually start like those said. It starts from you actually having to understand and accept that, oh, I'm going through this situation. Do you get? Accept yourself where you are. Oh, I have this problem. Oh, I've been talked down, I've been bullied, or oh, I've been raped, and everybody blames me for this. Now it's time for you to own up to it. I have this problem. Then you ask yourself a question: do you want to remain in this situation? Because before you can be able to leave a place, you have to actually have that hunger. Somebody said something, I don't know if it was my pastor or what, or one of the motivational speakers that I do listen to. He said that before you can move to the next stage in your life, you need to be tired of your current situation. You don't have to make yourself comfortable where you are. Trauma is not a good place to be, believe me, you. So it starts with you telling yourself, I am tired of hiding. I am tired of blaming myself every day for getting raped. I am tired of this particular situation. I am tired of, okay, I am ugly, people mock me. But you need to literally accept yourself now, like, oh, this is me. But there are beautiful things about me, aside from me not looking beautiful facially. Maybe you have this attribute, like for people like us, we might not be beautiful, but we believe we have sense. Do you get? We are brilliant, we are smart. That is the most beautiful part of me. And I accept it for who I am. So if you need to literally accept your situation and know that that is not the end of your life. Your parents were abusive, it was not your fault. But do you learn to love yourself? Yes. So it starts from you. No matter how many years you've been through this trauma journey, you can tell yourself, no, I don't need this anymore. This is not the lifestyle I want for myself anymore. I want a change. And the change begins with you accepting where you are. Then setting a new pace for yourself. This is what I want to achieve. It starts from you loving yourself. Love yourself, accept yourself in your imperfection because you're perfect, my love. So that is my own answer to that question. And I'd like us to talk about the second one. Right? Okay, so when I saw that word, holding, I was actually at work and I had to ask my colleague, what is holding? She was like, maybe it was overdosing. Now, okay, let me leave it to you first to actually talk about this holding. Like,
okay, funny enough, like, hey, should I come out?
No, I want it to be real, like, be very real. Like, let's just say somebody walked up to you right now. You don't need to paint words, right?
Yeah.
Because yes, we understand people are going through a lot. But some of the time, being nice and painting words, I might actually have to like come from an angle of, oh, let me put myself in this person's shoe to understand what person. But I want it to be real. Tell us, how would you advise somebody if it's your younger brother or your younger sister that walked up to you to tell you, oh, I was actually planning on doing it?
Okay, let me start first. If it was my younger brother, I'm sorry to say I'll slap you.
That's an African mother's reaction.
Yes.
First reaction.
I am an African elder sister.
Yes.
So let's come down to any random person walking up to me and me wanting to be all nice and still being truthful. Funny enough, there are certain decisions we take in life that shouldn't be taken.
Sure.
You get everybody, if you check, everybody is going through a lot.
Exactly.
Can you go and ask even the president of Nigeria, the president of Benin Republic? He is going through a lot. He's going through a lot. There was one certain time that the president of Nigeria said he doesn't come online, he doesn't do social media because of the things that are there.
Being said about him, yeah.
Do you understand? So everybody is going through a lot. So you shouldn't hurt yourself because going overdose is first of all hurting yourself. Then again, like, do you really have people you love? Do you really have people you care for? Do you understand? These are the questions you need to ask yourself. If somebody walks up to me, those are the questions I'll begin to ask you. Do you have people you care for? Do you have people who you love? Do you have people who you think you need to appreciate for being there for you once in life? If maybe your parents were not there for you, if maybe your siblings were not there for you, there is that one friend. There is that one friend that stood out for you. So you need to ask yourself first, you need to ask yourself all these questions. You don't need to go overdose, you don't need to go take drugs because you are going through a lot. I get to tell myself, like, before this whole show, I've always been joking with the fact that yes, things are affecting my mental health. But if you go deep down into me, like if you enter deep within me, I love this life. My dear, I feel like I'm the happiest person on earth. I feel I have money, I feel I have everything. Because I still want to see that which the future holds.
I get your point very well. You know, you talk about overdosing. Maybe I've never thought of overdosing, but suicide has come to my mind several times. So if you're watching this video and you are actually the person that sends that message, or you've been having the same thought, I want you to understand that you're not the first person to actually think of taking your life. Many of us have countless times. But that has been this particular thing that kept me going. Is the fact that I know that I have a life that I'm supposed to be living. One day, things got very difficult with me many years ago. Then I keep asking myself, why do I have to go through so much? Then what I heard that shocked me and it never left me was the fact that you are made for greatness. That was what I heard. So now I didn't mean to bring it biblically, but they said the Israelites moved from Egypt.
No, it's very important. Like, sorry to cut in, but it's very important. We need to move in the scriptures.
To move from Egypt to the promised land was supposed to take them 40 days.
Yeah.
But it took them 40 years.
Yes.
And the scripture said it was because God was trying to prepare them. So that when challenges of life comes tomorrow, they don't see themselves running back to Egypt. So that we go through situations in life, it's not because we are meant to suffer. And this thing that have always made people contemplate this suicide or all that is when they start comparing themselves to another. Sweetheart, you are not in the same journey with somebody else. Your journey is yours. It's just like you are inside a car going somewhere. I mean, you saw a bus. Even if the bus was parked one place and everybody entered and the bus decided to move, that one aside. But if the bus is picking people from the road, you find that from this junction, this person enters. You guys might actually be going to the same direction, but your journey in life is not the same.
It's not the same.
So if you can quit having to compare ourselves, oh, this person is doing better than I am, because that is where some of these things come from. You like you tell yourself you're not doing better. My love, if you wake up one day, you should be thankful because there are people that did not wake up. If the person that sent this is in SIA, which I believe the person is in SIA, it means that you are opportune to go to a private university. There are people that wish they can actually see somebody train them. Me, when I was growing up, I remember I would have been done with school, I would have been doing very well by now. Even I had people that they have the money, but the reason why they chose not to send me to school is what I do not understand. And I don't question them because it's their money. Do you get? So if you have gotten the opportunity to actually be an international student to even start with, and now schooling in a private university, we all know how much our school fees cost.
Yeah.
And if you're talking about OD, I'm meant to believe that you might be talking about hard drugs because you might not be buying paracetamol to kill yourself. So no matter the situation you go through, I want you to understand that there is more to life. Do I love my life? Man, I love my life. Has there been situations where I want to kill myself? Countless times. I think about my family. I think about my loved ones. I think about the fact that I have a bright future. Yes, many persons have told me I'm going to be this and that. But when they are telling me those things, I am broke and I need help and I was homeless many times. I'm in school, yes, I'm a scholarship student, but part of it, the other part that I need to do, because it's a partial scholarship, not full funded. The other part, I'm the one taking my bills. And do I have to do crazy things to get it done? No. Have I cried myself to sleep? Well, last semester, if you're in this school, you will know that the whole of my year one, I was topic of discussion for a lot of things. I was looking like, somebody said I look like God forbid. And that one has not left me. I laugh about it because that's the same for life.
And funny enough, like Shirley, please let me come in. Most of these things, like going OD, if you check very well, like all the students in Benin Republic, they are not going OD because of maybe a family problem or so, because of exchange rates. Do you understand? Like exchange rates. Are you the only one facing this?
You're not.
Babe, you are changing money, right?
I'm facing it.
I am too. You're not the only one because we are in it together.
But if there's anything, I would like you to actually pray. One thing I know is that God loves you.
Yeah.
No matter the situation. Like I was even I'm talking about last month here. Some people from SIA reached out to me, people I'm close with. That one was like, he was trying to pray. And this scripture kept coming to his mind, and he kept hearing Sonia. He had to send me those scriptures. And when I read when I opened my Bible to read those scriptures, it was about God telling me talking about the appointed time, talking about that the suffering of today will not be there tomorrow. So every time and every stage in people's life, we go through a lot. So do not take your life. It does not even end your suffering. Of course, you might think it has ended, but you are made for greatness. If you're going through a lot, trust me, people's life. There are people that have given up. Many people that are not rich, they are not doing better. It's not because of anything. It's because they decided they did not make the right decision of trying to push hard.
Yeah.
Taking risk is part of life. So I don't see the reason why you want to take it. This is like really sweet like sugar.
Like
it comes with its ups and downs.
Yes.
But it's a season. Life is a phase. There are happy moments, and they will definitely come.
Yeah.
So that is my own opinion about. I believe this covered too, because the other person talked about thinking of going suicidal. In short, it covers a lot of, because that was a lot of things that a lot of the basically
That's what you
yes,
are getting. Like,
about you trying to be suicidal. I don't know about the person that was saying he was taking your life by 12. I just believe that was a cruise, but if it's not a cruise, don't do it. It's not a beautiful thing. This life is sweet.
and funny enough, my pastor used to tell me once that, see, we need to run these race, like perfect it even according to the Bible. Even if at the end of the day we discover there is no heaven or no hell, at least you're on the safe side. Do you understand? Going OD, have you like
You go to hellfire.
going through the scriptures? Hellfire is really
Imagine you suffering on earth. After suffering on earth, you now still end up in hellfire.
suffering.
What's your gain?
And there will be no OD there. You can't overdose there to get tired of hellfire. There's no OD.
So don't do it. So that being said, now there is this other one.
Okay.
If you're watching this and you're the one that sent that story, I really wanted this complete story.
Yeah.
But if you can complete it, you can do it in the next episode, right? So she was talking about the fact that because of the exchange rate and the suffering and all that, she has gone back to where she's coming from.
Yeah.
There are things I would not want to say on camera, but everybody have their darkest moment.
Yeah.
Everybody has done things, mistakes that they don't even feel like talking about.
They're not proud of it. They're not proud of it.
Me for one, I've done crazy things that I am not proud and I can't even say on camera right now. Do you get? But I want to tell you that there is one thing that made me one day, I broke down and shed tears, was God's love for me. Because even on that period, those times that I was doing those things, God never left me.
You were still faithful.
As a matter of fact, my angel was actually like, somebody was telling me, somebody was giving me a prophecy.
Yeah.
The person told me that it was my angel that saved me on a particular day. And I can relate to what happened that day. It's not something I want to say on camera, but I want you to understand that if you're committed and tell yourself that I do not want to do this, no matter what happens, do not go back there.
Yeah.
You don't have to. Yeah. Situation happens and you now find yourself back to what you were before. I would like to tell you to retrace your step.
Yeah.
Think out of the box. There is a way to actually be able to fit your bills. It might not be easy.
Not at all.
Believe me, 100 level was not easy for me, but I had to go back. I go back and went back on my knees saying, I did 1 week, I did 2 weeks, then we did 1 month, midnight prayers all through.
Yeah.
I committed Cotonou into God's hands.
Mm.
I told God, as I'm coming back to Cotonou is going to favor me.
Yeah.
My accommodation, because I had issues. The first time I came to Cotonou, I had roommates that gave me hell. As a matter of fact, they connected with the landlord at the point to throw us out,
Yeah.
me and my roommate, and we don't even have a place to go to. So it was God's grace that helped us get a place to actually stay. That happened then. Money that was refunded that was supposed to use and pay rent, agents took us 80,000. I mean, 80,000 is not small money.
Yeah.
We had to now squat. So a lot of shit was going through my life at the beginning of so that's why when people say she's this one, all throughout 100 level I was lost. I had so much. I wanted to start this podcast since last semester, last day when I got here.
Yeah.
But I could not because I need to find myself. But does that define me? No. It's a problem that I know it comes and it goes. But staying on who I actually want to be was the most important part. I never forgot who I am or where I'm coming from.
Yeah.
So no matter the situation, there were opportunities for me to go back to my vomit and start doing things, crazy things that to be able to sustain. But no, I went to God because He's the only one that could actually sustain me at this point. So it was your choice to actually go back to where you're coming from. Do not ever put it on situation. One thing I know that God will never do is to give you a challenge that is bigger than you. God will never give you a challenge that is bigger than you. And another thing is, He will never leave you so stranded that you have to end up without a help. So it was your choice to go back. And my only advice is, retrace your step back.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know if you have that.
One thing I want to do, just know it's not yet too late. You get, when I got into Cotonou, the first thing I did, I prophesied into Cotonou.
That's
I
it.
stood on the ground of Cotonou and I commanded what I wanted. It's not too late to do that. Do you get? Daily I stand on the ground of Cotonou and I command it. So I'm going through a lot. A lot is going on, but I am not bothered because I have sent the commander of all things to take over Cotonou for me. So if you can do this, you should also do it. You should also. I believe Cotonou will answer to me.
Sure.
People will favor me. The heavens will favor me, and it's happening, and it's real. This is not story. It's real. It's happening. It's happening. So please and please, come out of it. Do not go back. Do not go back.
I will tell you that Cotonou is the most beautiful place for me. Right now, I have the best accommodation because it's close to whatever thing I want to do. And I have the best roommates that gives me peace. Those are the things I prayed for. I committed my time to pray about it and God gave it to me.
Yeah.
So there is nothing that God cannot do. If Isaac could actually dig and bring out water where there is no water, there's no place you actually go to that God cannot come through for you if you are actually committed to it.
Yeah.
So let's pick, of course, is there. The problems of Cotonou, the exchange rate and all that is there. But what did the scripture say about us? It said when men are cast down, there is a lifting up for us. So if you have to be positive about it and stop complaining too much about the whole thing, God will make a way for you.
Yeah.
So
complex.
I'm actually going to thank you for sending out those messages. He actually contributed a lot, and I know some people learned from it.
Yeah.
And we're also going to encourage you. Feel free to actually join us.
Yeah.
We'd love to have you.
Because we're also learning.
Of course, share your stories with us. And once again, there is going to be a link, anonymous link, attached to the description of this video. Send us your story. If you don't feel like coming and send it to us as a question, we will discuss it, and I believe at the end of the day, you will learn one or two things from it. And one thing I want to beg you guys is please subscribe to this channel. Yeah. Like the video, share it, and comment. If there's any striking points you actually got out from this particular episode, I would like you to share it. We would like to read from you, we would like to hear from you. And one thing I will tell you is that we are rooting for you and we love you. We will never judge you. We will never judge you. So see you in our next episode. Bye.